Oh, I think I'm streaming. I think. Am I streaming? Oh, I think I am. Am I?
I see me.
You see you? This is gonna. This is gonna be the best. The best stream. I don't know how to tell.
No, you're streaming. You're 100% streaming. I can see us.
And you can? Okay, so on my side it says unsupported resolution. I need
No,
to
you're
change
streaming
the.
and the overlay looks good.
Does it?
We're both wearing hats.
We have adorable hats. Look how cute
I'm
we
mirrored.
are.
Why am I mirrored?
Oh, that's probably me. I probably did that in Zoom. Can I fix that?
It
I
doesn't
don't know
matter.
if I can.
But then they
Hi!
can't tell how cool my hat is.
So you can see the layout and stuff?
I see the layout, yes. The overlay. And the chat says hello. Chat saying that they
Oh,
see us.
oh, we are live. Okay. Awesome. Now I need to look.
Yeah, we've been live for like 90 seconds.
This is the best stream ever. Why is anybody subscribed to this channel? Because we wear matching hats. That's why. Because we're adorable and we wear matching hats. That was so much easier than I thought it would be. Like, test over. we did it.
We did it.
Look, and my background's behind me. You can see Halifax.
I can see it.
Like on the YouTubes though, like
on the YouTubes.
You can see it on the
YouTube.
YouTube.
Salter says I miss Halifax. Stroke Salter.
Oh, he was here though. He came to visit Halifax. He was in Halifax while I was in New Brunswick, actually. I remember he sent me a message. Halifax is a beautiful city. Look, this is Halifax at night, everybody. I brought a piece of Nova Scotia to the channel.
Someone, Modern Gadfrey says, I spy with my eye something yellow, which is probably bananas. I have bananas in my backyard.
Oh, Modern Gadfly?
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably you. That's probably your bananas in the background.
Yeah, that's my bananas somewhere in here.
Okay, awesome. All right. Well,
gorgeous city. I've never been to Canada. I see a city which I'm assuming is Halifax.
It is. You're right. Mm-hmm. That's Halifax behind me. This is Purdy's Wharf, right here, and this is the waterfront. But it's on mirror resolution. It's on. I put it on mirror. I messed up. So it's actually Purdy's Wharf would be over here. But yeah. That's
someone with a bunch of characters that are not English characters says only 480p resolution, which is. Do you have a resolution setting?
I fucking don't know. I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
We should try and fix that if you can.
Is that it? Like, can you fix that on YouTube? Like, can you select a different?
No, it'll be on OBS. I'm pretty sure.
Screen transitions controls. I'm gonna right now apologize to everybody for this. This is mostly gonna be me just being like, what the output.
But if you have any questions, tag me, tag Paulogia.
Yeah, I'm not even looking at the output mode simple. Video bitrate 2,500 kbps. I don't even know what that means.
Kilobits per second, that's a pretty decent high number, but is there a
recording?
Like a 480p or
no,
a 780p?
I'm not recording this. Video. Basic. Downscale. I don't.
Sure, Vic wants to know what we're drinking. I'm drinking rum and Diet Coke.
I'm drinking twisted tea because I'm having a stress attack because I don't know. I think I need to change that setting ahead of time maybe. So the video resolution is shit, so I should do that.
Well, it'll be the lowest. Yeah, it'll be the lowest that basically YouTube does.
Oh. But so 480 is the highest option that you have.
It should be the lowest option you have.
Oh, I cheated and I looked at the actual like YouTube page and it said like when you go to quality, it's set to auto 480 and it goes 144, 243, 60, 480. So obviously I have to figure out how to fix that. I should be taking notes with my pen, my Doctor Who pen. So screen resolution.
Oh, I'm missing questions. 132 wants to know what I drink during movie night. During movie night, I drink this or gin and ginger ale is another favorite of mine if I want to sleep because it doesn't have caffeine.
It's a true story. He also likes whatever Fun fact, whenever we're traveling, I buy all the coolers that we don't have in Nova Scotia, which is all the coolers, and I try them, and I don't like half of them, and whatever I don't like, that's what Paul drinks. So that's what Paul
I am the
usually
garbage, essentially.
Yeah, Paul's where I put the things that I don't like. I keep the things I like, and the things that I don't like, I give to Paul. Screen resolution. Thank you for helping people, and I appreciate that you're watching.
Guru wants to know, how about those Riders? Yay, Riders! They beat Toronto. Have we played since then? No, we were off week this week. We beat Toronto last week, killed them. Off week this week. Next week, Winnipeg, I think. Anyway, yes, Riders are awesome.
Is that football?
Wellington wants to know, tell Shannon I'm drinking Guinness and loving it. All right, Wellington.
Why? How? Wellington. How? How are you loving that?
Stroke Assaulter says, I love your content. I have to assume that's for you.
It probably is, because your content's garbage. I want to talk later about how William Lane Craig clapped back at you and said you were brain dead. Can we talk about that later? We can take questions
we can talk about it now. Since
Let's just shoot the shit. Let's just give everybody what it's like to be on in the room.
Well, we've already both been angry twice.
I know, but I could get angry again. I'm still pissed off. I had to tweet about it today because I was so agitated. Like, what an asshole.
I think everyone knows who William. If they watch us, they probably know who William Lane Craig is.
Oh yeah,
He's the Kalam Cosmological PhD. He's a psychologist, philosopher.
He's a philosopher, but he's also apparently an astrophysicist.
Right.
He's all of the various things.
He's debated everyone awesome on the atheist land. He debated Richard Dawkins. He debated Christopher Hitchens.
Mm-hmm.
He's debated Lawrence Krauss.
Sam Harris.
Sean Carroll, Sam Harris. So... And he is famously will only debate people with PhDs. Like Matt Dillahunty's been trying to debate him for a decade, but he won't. Because
Matt would hand him his face.
I think, this thing seems to be, in my opinion, that William Lane Craig his school probably doesn't want him debating other people and making him look bad.
Oh, but it's okay to do a series. He's doing a series on Paul. That's some bullshit.
Right, so for whatever reason...
But he won't talk to you, but he can do a series responding to whatever. To me, that's cowardly, but that's fine, whatever.
But it's also, it's got to be a little bit telling, why in the world is a YouTube channel suddenly relevant to Ivory Tower Man?
Because you're compelling. That's why. Because he's afraid that people might listen to you and should listen to you.
If you were William Lane Craig, I don't think William Lane Craig is sitting around watching YouTube.
Somebody in his camp is, because he decided that it was worth doing a podcast series on on a video that's 20 minutes long. It's just your resurrection video.
Right, but he clearly watched my other videos because he had personal details with which he wanted to say bad things about me. Oh, spoiler alert, I'm not a millennial. I'm sorry if anyone thought I was a millennial.
You'd have to listen to William Lane. Oh, my background just went.
I'm sorry to ruin that for everybody.
Yeah, William Lane Craig was upset because Paul's cartoon is... This is what's fucked up about that. I said, I swear, it's okay. This is going private anyway. You guys are the only people, whoever's watching this now, you're the only people who are probably ever going to see this. So, William Lane Craig was bitching because Paul's video is a cartoon, and you only make cartoons to appeal to millennials, and he's a guy who's clearly not a millennial. So they did research on Paul, obviously. And, that's obviously the demographic he's trying to reach. He's trying to reach the millennials. And that's why he made a cartoon. Because everybody knows millennials are like, cartoons! Yay!
Where can I see a cartoon anywhere?
Meanwhile, Paul was responding to a William Lane Craig video that was A, a fucking cartoon. Mm-hmm. B, never showed his face. And C, it wasn't even his voice.
No.
He got some Scottish dude or whatever to read it.
Yep.
I said on Doug from Pine Creek stream, when Doug was streaming about it the other day, I was like, I guess Scottish people appeal to millennials. Maybe that's why.
It's that Shrek.
Oh
they
my
they fell in love
God.
with Shrek, and then
But when he said
is
that you're
Shrek even millennials? Shrek's probably too old for millennials.
No, because I'm in the Shrek generation, and I'm not a millennial. I don't even know what I am. I'm in that like weird in between generation that doesn't even get a generation. I'm not Gen X. I'm not a millennial. I'm like nothing. I'm the forgotten generation. I'm the generation
Modern
that doesn't
Gunfly
matter.
wants to know if we can talk about the little spot on my cartoon beard that isn't the same as the rest of the beard. So
That's
there's
really bothering him.
there's several flaws. So in my scribblings, there's several of my scribblings that are like, that's my very first one, and it has some white capture in the hair, and it has a spot in the beard and whatever. I never thought I was going to be doing all this stuff. Anyway, I kind of like to leave it because it bothers people. In a way, I have people literally writing my comments. I was cleaning my screen for 5 minutes before I realized there was a spot on there. Anyway.
The same with the 2x speed. The amount of comments you get because you play
I know what you're
them.
talking about.
You're so full of shit. You're fine, whatever. It's fine. I'll just play along with your shit.
Right. Sock account wants to know. He's gonna be pissed when he finds out. He says William McCraig's gonna be pissed when he finds out that Vice Rhino isn't a rhino.
I fucking love Sokka. I'm going on Sokka's channel on Monday.
Oh, cool. What are you gonna be talking about with Sokka?
We're gonna talk about different conversation strategies. I'm actually like excited about it because he's been searching for people that approach conversations about, you know, religion and ideologies and beliefs from multiple standpoints to kind of get together and I guess kind of have like a brainstorm about, you know, best possible strategies. And I've never had a bad conversation with Sokka. I think Sokka's really interesting. Sokka's one of those
That sounds
people
like a good idea. Can I make a suggestion though?
No.
What if instead of that, you each spoke for 5 minutes at the start, and then you each spoke for 5 minutes again?
I hate you. This is for
and
you
then you
because I know what that's in reference to. I hate you so much. I know exactly what that's in reference to. You're such an asshole.
What?
What do you mean, what?
We could just call them opening statements or something.
But it's not a debate. But we're not going to debate.
We're not going to debate.
I don't do debates. Okay, but what if we segmented out our conversation so that we each talked for 5 minutes at the beginning, then we each had 10 minutes to ourselves, and then we asked each other questions for 10 minutes. But it was a conversation. Sounds like a debate. Okay. Fair enough.
Cilantro wants to know if we have a target demographic, LOL.
I'm amazed anytime anyone watches this channel. Whenever anyone watches this channel, I'm like, what happened? Why? So I guess my target demographic is anybody who's interested in more productive dialogues and anybody who's interested in learning better strategies to regarding how to advocate for their own understanding. That's why one of the things that I say in all of my videos is check my citations. Look to verify that what I'm saying is accurate, because too many people take for granted that what they're being told because of the conviction of the speaker is accurate, or because of the trust they've built with that speaker. And they don't actually take the time to go verify those claims. So I feel like that's a broad swath of the population. So my demographic is anybody who that's relevant to, which I think should be everyone. So that's my demographic, is all of the people.
And makeup tutorials.
And you're such a fuck bag. Your demographic's millennials. That's why you draw cartoons.
No,
my millennials fucking love cartoons.
Has never watched my videos. My demographic is my 3 children.
You don't know that for sure. They might have.
They might have. But as far as I know, my demographic has never seen my videos.
They probably watch my videos. I'm more their style, and they probably like me better.
Cheshire says your mic is peaking a bit when you laugh. Just a heads up.
Well, that's always going to happen because when I laugh, people can hear it on the moon, and that's that's my favorite comment. Shannon, I like you. I love you. What you have to say is valuable, but I can't stand.
That was early. That was early on.
Oh, and it's constant too. It's nonstop. My laugh and my voice. It's like, you know, what you have to say is interesting, but your voice is obnoxious, and I hate your laugh.
But when you're on my channel, sometimes I take laughing from other segments and put them with other segments to make it.
Well, you like my laugh though.
I do.
You're biased.
Cheshire Vic also says maybe Paulogia isn't an animator. Maybe the real Paulogia is the animated Paulogia, which controls bio-Paulogia by some complicated system of leverages and pulleys.
That's.
So some sort of Ratatouille situation, but it's a cartoon.
That would be a really complicated system.
That sounds like a good script, though.
I've checked that system out. That system operates.
Oh no,
quite
that's
well.
not. That wasn't. Sorry, that wasn't Cheshire Vic. That was Steve Bowden replying to it. So, Steve, you get credit for this idea. Sorry, Mike. You and I can collaborate on the movie rights for that.
For Pinocchio Paulogia?
Yeah, for some sort of.
What is anybody even watching this?
We have I don't know, my thing doesn't update the.
There's 117 people watching. That's bonkers to me. I'm sorry, everybody.
I think we're going to talk about Flat Earth.
Well, we're not. That's as much talking as we need to do about Flat Earth because fuck that shit.
You're such a fuckbag has never been said with such love.
I say it all the time. You should hear some of the stuff I say when we're not on air.
Tony says, I'm 55 and I love Paulogia's channel. Well, yay.
That's your demographic.
You're the one. Thanks, Tony.
We found Paul's demographic.
Keep hitting the thumbs up for me, buddy. I need that one. Yep.
What it's like when we record ham and eggs.
Well, no, I'm more drunk usually.
Yeah, you are more drunk. Both of us are more drunk, actually, considerably more drunk.
Progressive Liberal says she's 35, or maybe it's, I don't know the gender of Progressive Liberal. I'm 35 and I love Paulogia.
Aww.
Aww.
You have multiple demographics. 35 to at least 50.
Steve Bowden wants to know how we met. We met on a live stream.
We met on Steve McRae's channel because you were doing a video series on Eric Hovind. Like, Eric hadn't yet come out with his Genesis Paradise Lost movie. And you had just released the pre-release movie that was talking about like the money and the funding in the theaters, and you were going on Steve's channel. It would be about 2 years. It would be 2 years ago in August.
Mm-hmm.
You were going on Steve's channel to talk about it, and at that point in time, I was just like a stay-at-home. I was like a person that would just like be in my room with my phone, with my earphones in, secretly listening to like atheist content. And, you know, I didn't even leave comments on videos at that point in time. But Steve posted a link in the description and said anybody who wants to come in and talk to Paul, and I was a fan of Paul. I subscribed to Paul when he had like 400 subscribers, can come in and ask a question. And sorry, what?
Go
Are
ahead.
you talking? I'm sorry, I'm not listening. But I lost track. God damn it.
I'm sorry.
I was telling our meet cute story.
Yeah, you were a fan of me, and you wanted to come and talk.
Well, actually, it wasn't because I was a fan of you. Well, that was one of the reasons that I wanted to come and talk.
I probably said something was bullshit.
No, it's because you said that you were going to go to Answers in Genesis.
That's
like
right.
You were going to the Creation Museum.
To meet Ken.
And you were like, if anybody has anything that I should say to him. And at that point in time, I had just downloaded Twitter. And I mean just downloaded Twitter. And one of the reasons that now I have like over 8,000 followers 2 years later. Like, life is insane. But I had just downloaded Twitter. And one of the reasons I just downloaded Twitter was to follow like you and Godless Cranium and Professor Stick and Drew, like people that I'm friends with now, because life is bananas. And Cosmic Skeptic. Anyway, and I followed Ken Ham through you and was like floored by even more of the crap that he said. So I wanted to come in and get you to ask him about, and I was still a little naive at this point, like why he thinks his ridiculous, condescending, derogatory social media strategy towards atheists would ever convert anybody to atheism. And you and I had a brief back and forth on Steve's channel about that. And I'm so technologically illiterate, Steve had to actually walk me through getting on the channel. And like, I gave up at one point, and he was like, what happened? And I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. And he was like, here, click this. And I got back in. But anyway, after that, you messaged me and were like, you said some interesting things. And I saw, and I'd been trolling Ken Ham with Bible verses that contradicted his stuff and like other people on Twitter for a while. And you're like, I took notice of you on Twitter before. And you actually already followed me because of that, because you had seen me acting up on Twitter.
That's right.
So you DM'd me on Twitter and you're like, I kind of already noticed you because of some of the stuff that you've been doing. And we just started engaging in conversation that way. And then we didn't start dating until like early October. So it was a few months, like it was several months before we started dating. But yeah, but that's how we met. That's the story.
Everyone is telling me their age and that they watch my channel.
Yeah.
So
You're super popular. Everybody thinks Paulogia is great. Blah, 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 blah,
Beacon
blah.
of Doubt is 15 and loves Paulogia. Is
Aww.
15 millennial?
No. I don't think so.
What would a 15
That's Gen Y, I think, isn't it? Whatever's after a millennial. Millennials, people that were like turned of age.
Millennials are
Maybe
lazy,
I am a millennial because I turned 18 in 1999. I turned 19 in the year 2000. So maybe I am. Does that make me a millennial?
Don't know.
I don't know
either. Matt says that I should have wore a Paulogia or disgruntled dad shirt to meet Ken. Ken, I didn't have the disgruntled dad moniker by then because I was still anonymous.
He didn't get doxxed until like almost like a year and a half later.
Ken hadn't doxed me yet. Yeah. So actually, I was. If you guys have seen that video, I actually talked to Georgia and Bodie and Ken about Ham and Egg News, and they talk about how they think it's funny and they'd seen it, but they assumed that the guy who ran it was at that moment in his basement, waiting for checks.
What's funny is that you never go in your basement. You're always in your loft. You're literally on the top floor all the time in the loft.
I don't even live in the same town as my mom, so it couldn't be.
You don't even live in the same province as your mom.
Nope. You guys have to tag me in the questions because otherwise I don't get it. But Matt says millennials go back to the 80s, so okay, maybe you.
I was born in 81. I'm super that's why I feel like I'm on the cusp. I'm 37. I'm old as balls.
Xanos wants to know which Warhammer 40k race is best.
I don't know what that even means. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry.
Orcs.
Is that
what?
That's Lord of the Rings, right? Orcs?
No, there's orcs in War. I don't play Warhammer, but I'm aware of it. Makes sense. Zacta wants to know our favorite D&D class and race. I prefer to be a ranger, a human ranger when I can, because I'm boring, but I think they're cool. And Shannon once was a magic elf, right?
Yeah. The one time I played D&D with you and your friends, I was an elf.
Yeah, lasted 2 sessions, yeah. And Shannon drove the game master insane because Shannon just wanted to like jump out that window or see what's in there, and it was all things that they clearly hadn't planned.
I didn't understand why I could, like, if I'm supposed to be able to do whatever I want in this world and there's a window, why can't I go out the window? Doesn't make any sense. My character wants to go out the window. Like, if you're gonna constrain me, give me constraints.
And I just notoriously want to steal everything. I just loot everything. So
that's a true story, actually. He just stole he stole from dead bodies. Dead bodies.
They don't need it.
I wanted to bury them for the record.
Canadian is a comment. I don't know which of that's for, but we're both Canadian.
Cheers. He's from Alberta, though. That's barely Canada. That's like.
He wants to know what the design is on our caps.
East Coast Lifestyle. It's a Nova Scotian brand. I bought that hat for Paul the last time he was here because he's in Calgary, Alberta, and I'm in buttfuck nowhere, Nova Scotia. And this is actually an interesting story. It's a guy that is a college project. He went to a university called Acadia out here. He built a clothing brand, and he started to market it on social media, and it took off. And now it's the most popular clothing brand around here. They sell it in all the, well, not all the stores, but a lot of the stores at the airport.
All the good stores.
All the good stores. Studio sells it. That's a good store, but Paul was trying to attack my accent earlier, and it just sounded dumb. He said stuff in my accent. I was like, that sounds dumb. Don't do that.
Well, one of the games we play when we're driving around in the Maritimes is have Paul read signs.
It's a true story.
To see if I can.
I'll never forget you trying to pronounce Muscadabbit. Ever.
Mosquito de bois.
Mosquito dabbit. Mosquito de bois. That's what it was. Mosquito de bois. Like, what just that? Or Tatamagush.
Tatamagush. I forget what I said.
You were closer. It was like
I think I said
Tatamagoosh. Tatamagush. You got pugwash though, and you were super excited about it. You took a picture in front of the fire station in Pugwash so that you could send it to Strike.
That's right. Because
I'll never forget that.
It's literally a giant fire station that just said Pugwash on it. It's like they built this whole station to wash that one breed of dog.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that's for.
Who would win in a fist fight, Bill Nye or Ken Ham?
I think Bill Nye.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if neither of them have. I don't think either of them look like they've ever been in a fist fight in their life. I mean, put me up against either of them and I take them.
Oh yeah,
that's a fact.
Ken is Amish Wolverine, so.
That's true. He might be wiry, right?
Yeah.
And everything can kill you in Australia. He's probably learned to defend himself.
Cheshire Vic tells us to get a better DM, you fools. Yeah, well.
Oh, Dave! I hope Dave's not watching. Oh, Dave.
Zacto says to tell you that you never split the party. So there you go.
You never split the party?
In D&D.
What? If I have to stay with everybody and they're doing stupid shit, I'm not going to stay with them. He was stealing stuff from dead bodies. I wanted to go see what was outside. And I couldn't go out the window for reasons unknown.
Julie says Human Rangers are awesome. Thank you. I actually used to play. I played a lot more Star Wars role-playing game back in the day.
Star Wars.
Back in the West End Games days.
Let's talk about Star Wars. I never get sick of talking about Star Wars.
Everyone wants to talk about D&D now. If Alberta barely counts, what about Saskatchewan? Yeah, Saskatchewan is where I was born.
That's where Paul's from.
Yeah, it's my.
But I have not been there yet. I haven't been to Saskatchewan yet. I want to.
Yeah. Imagine just flatness.
I can't imagine it because I've been to the northeastern part of Alberta.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty much that. Except we don't.
Flat.
There's no mountains.
There's no mountains in the northeastern part of Alberta either. No. Like on the way to Drumheller when we went to meet Logic and Iseth. There was Drumheller itself was beautiful.
But those are Badlands, so those are cool.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Badlands are beautiful, but on the way to the Badlands.
Oh yeah, that's just Saskatchewan is all that.
I was just like, how does anybody not fall asleep on this drive?
Well, fortunately, there's no curves, so you just point it, and 6 hours later, you turn right.
That's true.
No.
But, yeah, like in Nova Scotia, everything's hills and dips and dives and turns and like rivers and oceans and hills and what we call mountains, which aren't really mountains. I've learned that now, but they're not mountains comparatively. And highlands.
Tashara wants to know if we're both planning to go to the ARC protest next year. Probably not. I think our priority will be Faithless Forum, assuming it's happening.
Faithless Forum's happening.
Well,
it's happening.
Faithless Forum will be the priority.
Yeah. And we live literally on opposite ends of the world's second largest country. So our travel budgets tend to go towards us spending time together too. Like, so me flying to Calgary or Paul flying to Nova Scotia or both of us flying somewhere to meet together because we only actually get to see each other maybe 4 times a year. Like, we haven't seen each other in person since Faithless Forum, and Faithless Forum was like a whirlwind, and it was at the end of April, and Paul's not going to be here again until August.
So, Tashara, if you are going to the ARC protest yourself, thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. My next video is actually all about the ARC protest from this last year.
It is. And there's an Aaron and Eric are in it. I'm pretty excited. I was listening to it yesterday.
But don't say their last names because we don't want to ruin anything.
For the stream that I'm going to take down that 100 and some people are watching? I said Aaron, like...
Yeah, some Mystery Aaron.
Mystery Aaron and Mystery Eric.
Yeah. But Tashara, you should try and get the Faithless Forum.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Faithless Forum's amazing. It gets bigger every year. It was one of the best experiences of my life. What floored me when we went to Faithless Forum, I wish I could remember this gentleman's name, when we were at the hotel before Faithless Forum even happened, because I flew there on the Friday and Paul picked me up at the airport, took me back to the hotel. Like, I missed all the stuff that was going on Fridays, like all the dinners. I didn't get to see everybody until like our big group meeting for Faithless Forum planning. But anyway, I was in the elevator, and I'm pretty sure I was holding a bottle of wine because I was on my way to go meet Rachel, like Rachel Oates. And I think, Paul, you were down in the lobby. And who else was I going to meet? I was going to meet Rachel, and Rachel's the one who asked me for the wine. I remember that. I'm pretty sure. Although I already had a bit to drink. But anyway, the point of the story is that's like, oh, it was Thomas. It was Thomas and Drew, because Drew wanted to talk to me. Somebody in the elevator, like, stopped the elevator, got off the elevator, and went back in the elevator and was like, "You're Shannon. You're Shannon Q." And I was like, "Yes." And he was like, "Oh my gosh, I love your channel." And my brain almost exploded. I went there. I went to Faithless Forum thinking to myself, like, I'm here with, you know, Paul and Genetically Modified Skeptic and Holy Kool-Aid and Cosmic Skeptic and Rationality Rules and Rachel Oates and like Christina Rad, and like the list goes on and on and on and on and on, right? No one is going to have any idea who I am, nor will they care. I'm just excited to be here. This is super cool. I get to be on a panel. Holy shit, this is cool. People kept recognizing me. And I was... I've never been so blown away, like, and to meet people, like, it was, I can't articulate it. It's bonkers. I mean, I'm no Paul, but it was so cool. It was so cool that people knew who I was and thought that what I had to say was important. Like, that was neat. Sorry. Getting sentimental, but you should go. It's really cool, and I'm super friendly. If you're there and you want to see me, I'll say hi.
She wants to know where it's at, Texas, and so yeah, Texas. I think last year was Dallas. It may be Dallas. It might be a different city in Texas. We'll see.
I think it may be Austin because all of us had to drive to Austin the next day, and that was a bit intense. Especially after the after party, because we were all up pretty late at the after party.
Joe Egan is letting us know. I looked at a map of Canadian population density. It looks like y'all are massing for attack. No, those are people in Toronto, and the people in Toronto are unaware that the rest of the world exists.
Fair. I've been to Toronto. That makes sense. That checks out. That checks out entirely.
Yes, they're all amassing there, but they don't know that there are other lands to conquer.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Zacto's in Regina. I'm sorry. That's where I went to Bible school. I hated that city. But the Riders are there, so I love that. Cheshire Vic says she will DM. I don't know that we're up for more D&D.
We're going on a date, me and Chesh. I can't wait. I'm pumped. I'm gonna take her here. This is where you're going, bud. Right here, actually. The coffee shop's over here. This is where you're going. You haven't been there yet, but you're going like right about like Purdy's Wharf is here, next to the casino. This is like the historic properties. We're going for a coffee date like right about there. That's where you're going. Getting us.
Zacto is agreeing with me that Regina is a shithole.
So maybe I shouldn't go. Jesus.
Oh, not to Regina. No, Saskatoon is pretty. Saskatoon is, I mean, it's still Saskatchewan, but at least got a river. When are we going to Vancouver Island? I will definitely drag Shannon to Vancouver Island one day. It's beautiful.
You won't have to drag me. I'd love to go to Vancouver Island. But Neil, I don't know where Neil is. I don't know.
Neil is in Vancouver, I think, or is he? No.
I don't think he is.
No. BC is a huge province, so you can't just assume that people are close by.
Mm-hmm.
People are chatting, but they're not tagging me, so maybe we're done.
Oh, nobody has questions. Okay. We did it. Mission accomplished.
I guess the stream is still going.
The stream is still going. Oh, should I end it? I haven't been looking at the chat. Are people done with us?
Well, that's what I said. There's people are chatting amongst themselves, but they're not leaving me questions.
Oh, okay. I'll give it 5 minutes because I haven't been online in ages. So if somebody has a question, I don't want to miss it. But I also don't want to overstay my welcome, especially since the entire purpose of me being here was to make sure I could do OBS. And I did it, I think, seamlessly.
Yeah, we always hear about how horribly complicated OBS is, but Shannon just watched 2 YouTube videos.
Yeah, and they were only like 5 minutes long each. It didn't take long to figure it out.
And I did nothing.
But I haven't figured out how to do the videos in and the videos out yet. And I definitely need a second screen. Like if this has taught me anything, it's that I need a second screen because I need to monitor Zoom and I need to monitor OBS. And ultimately, I'm going to need to monitor like the YouTube chat as well.
Right.
Like I can't do that all on one screen. So I am going to need to buy a second.
You just have to figure out.
That's a fact.
If you have may need a second monitor port. You may not have. So I'd love to hear in the chat, actually, do you guys like when there's music before a stream? Like, do you like it when, like, Pine Creek or whatever? Do you like the intro music while people are waiting, or is there some better way of getting the stream started? Because we have to figure that out for you, right? Yeah.
I think you should have music at least for a little bit, just so that people can get notified, right?
Yeah, but is there something more creative we could do than music?
Oh, I don't do creative well.
I like creative.
You are very creative. Paul made the like overlay for me because I can't do those things. I'm just like I'm not capable. Anything on my channel that seems as though it's artistic is Paul, 100%. Anything on my channel that looks like an actual edited video is also Paul. I do all the research. I do all the scripting. I do the recording. I do all the layout. I take all the screen captures. I do all of the scaffolding. I do all the storyboarding. And then I give it all to Paul. And I'm like, try to make it look like I'm not an idiot. So if I don't look like an idiot, that's because of Paul. Paul did that. Paul made that happen.
It's very easy to make you look good.
Is it though? Is it?
Deacon of Doubt wants to know what OBS is. OBS is
open broadcast software.
Open broadcast software. It's the free software that lets you do fanciness while you're streaming.
Right.
And combine multiple elements onto the screen in a live environment.
Yeah, and it syncs to your YouTube. It's really easy though. Like people were talking about how insanely difficult it was, and I got all anxious. But you just put in your stream key, and then for sources, we have Zoom, so I just added Zoom as a source. And then for the layout that's above, like where it says Shannon Q, engaging in complex conversations, you just go to sources and you hit a plus sign, and then you add an image, and that image automatically, if it's in your sources box, which you can add and remove and change each time you stream, overlays over like the source for video that you selected. Like it's pretty easy. So you just have to set up a live stream through live events on YouTube, and so long as the stream key is the same, it'll stream to it. It's pretty.
You got a super chat, by the way.
I got a super chat. Why? Oh, bless your heart.
$20 super chat.
Why?
From Scott DeLeon. I think that's how you say it. Scott DeLeon. Anyway, it says $20 to a second display.
Oh my gosh, that is insanely sweet. Thank you. Me and Paul talking garbage while I test this out doesn't deserve that. Thank you. I will get a second display, and that $20 will go towards it. So thank you. I very much appreciate you. And it is very much a necessity. I don't know how people could do this without that. I feel like I channel the audience a lot of the time, because I kind of am the audience, because I started a channel accidentally. Because I had 1,000.
Due to popular demand.
I had 1,000 subscribers before I had a channel, and people were like, make a channel. And I was like, I don't know if I can figure it out. But because there's so many things going, like for example, because we use Zoom, in order for this overlay to work, like I'll show you what happens if I minimize Zoom. Like if I accidentally minimize Zoom, it all goes to shit, like right away. And that like, it needs to be full screen. If it's not full screen, everything is screwed. So I have to have OBS on full screen, and I have to have Zoom on full screen at the same time in order for this overlay to work, because the overlay will stay the same in OBS. But the overlay is dependent on what Zoom's doing in real time. So 2 of those have to be on full screen. But that means in order for me to see the live chat, I have to have the live chat popped out to the side, which will disappear if I need to do anything.
Until then, you could use your tablet.
Well, I have my phone here. What do you mean I could use my tablet? Oh, for the live chat. I could. For the live chat. But here's the thing, though. If I stop paying attention for a second and somebody sends a super chat, like I can't monitor what's happening in real time, because usually I have the live stream on mute so that I can make sure nothing's like.
Yeah, that was actually a question. Someone said, can Shannon read the chat and do the live stream at the same time? You try not to do that, because you try to be present when you're normally doing real conversation.
So here's the thing. Usually I'll have it popped out. So you have the option to pop out the live chat. So I'll usually have it popped out and over to the right. When I'm doing like a Google Hangout, but Google Hangouts I can minimize. I can't do that with Zoom and OBS because they need to be full screen or my layout goes insane, which is why I think a second screen's a good idea. But so if I popped out the live chat, it'll just disappear into the background every time I click on something, right? Because of the way that Windows works. And I also periodically need to look at the actual YouTube like live real time thing on mute just to make sure that everything's going okay. And if I get a super chat, I don't really like and miss it because I'm not always paying attention to the live stream because I'm engaged in the conversation. Like I'll have it opened, but my focus isn't on it because I want to be engaged in the conversation. I can go to I have a second tab open where I have my Stream Now tab, and my Stream Now tab aggregates the super chats. So let me click on. Oh, I have 2 more super chats.
I was going to say you got
2 more. Right. So.
And I actually missed the $10 one, apparently. So
you guys need to stop sending super chats because I do not deserve them right now because I'm not doing anything fascinating at all.
615 is also from $10 towards your second screen. And then a guy named Stupid Hat, which I hope didn't create his screen name for this stream specifically, also sent you $2 for your second screen. So.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, guys. I was on Kijiji today. For anybody who knows what Kijiji is, I don't know if that's just a Canadian thing. Do Americans have Kijiji, which is like an online yard sale thing? So I found some monitors on Kijiji. I need to look at the back of my computer actually, because I just bought this new computer. Thanks, patrons. I saved my Patreon money for an entire year to get a new computer, and I did, or I wouldn't be even doing this right now. This is all entirely happening. Big shout out, patrons. Holy shit. Would not be happening. And
The
I only
the computer that I fished out of the garbage wasn't working for you?
No, it wasn't. It died. It died. And then, oh my God, I don't know if I ever told that story. So Paul gave me like this Mac. And so when I started the channel, I was on this this Mac that literally he was like,
it was 11 years old. Like
my kids used to use this for Minecraft. Maybe you can use it. That's what I started my channel on. And then one day it just wouldn't even turn on anymore. And I was like, I don't know what to do. So I had this old Acer computer, but it was filled with garbage. It was, like my ex-husband had poker shit nonsense. Like it was filled with garbage. I spent a day and a half just cleaning everything off of that computer. I formatted it, everything, just so that I could get it to work, but I could barely live stream on it. Like, I could barely record on it. People were like, your video lags, and you know what else? Your sound doesn't sync. And I was like, I spent like 2.5 days just to get to the point that I could even record video. Why are you being assholes? Do you have anything to say about what I said?
No, that's not what YouTube is about.
The sound is shitty. All right.
No, it's about like William Lane Craig, who finally responds to you and says that your cartoon is dumb. That's what you get.
I know. I fucking know. But anyway, because of my patrons, and I only charge patrons for edited videos. Like, patrons don't get charged for, like, this stuff or any other live streams I do, because me carrying on conversations is just something I do in my spare time.
We're not charging for this?
No. No. I don't charge them for any live streams. They only get charged for edited videos, which is, like, maybe
I'm still
one a
getting
month.
paid, right?
You get paid. Oh, you get paid. You get paid. Don't pretend you don't. And if you don't like your payment, we can renegotiate. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought you said. That's what I fucking thought you said. But anyway, because of my patrons, which I saved for a while because I barely charge them, because I get anxious. Like, I don't feel like I should be charging people money for shit. Like, I would do this for free. Like, every time I get money, I'm like, oh, I don't deserve this. Why am I getting money?
Yeah, this is where I shouldn't let you continue because you're completely wrong.
Yeah, I know. People
your content
say
is
that.
so much. Your content is so much better than other content.
Just all other content. Just other. Yes. Yeah.
Other people.
Better
other
than
people
Kinder Egg opening.
Other people. They do things. They get on a stream and they talk about.
I'd never charge for a stream.
A video they saw that day, and then
me just having a conversation, I would never charge anybody for.
Frank Turek just comes on and says, "Hey, don't discriminate against people," and that's the whole video.
That was stupid.
Yeah.
That was dumb. Frank Turek's dumb. But anyway, thanks for the computer patrons. Is the moral of my.
Joe Egan wants to know what software do you use for your animation. I assume that's for me.
Yeah, clearly. I'd say.
I do almost everything in Adobe After Effects. I love Adobe After Effects. In fact, I probably should use other apps more, but it's what I used for work back in the day, and it's awesome.
What do people think of the layout? I would like to know, actually.
Oh, yeah, do we like the layout?
Yeah, do we like the layout and the brand? Like this is easy to watch visually. It's better than Google Hangouts for sure. Because I'm gonna need to figure it out for 3 people because I think I'm having Jimmy and maybe Zara on soon. So I kind of want to.
Well, Julie the Voice wants to know if we are doing any future collabs coming up, and I don't think she necessarily means together. She says, Shannon, Paul, we love you guys. Any future collabs coming up?
I'm doing a Viced Rhino video. If it doesn't come out next week, it might come out the week after.
If you're looking for Shannon to get drunk and talk about fudge, that's not happening soon.
That's a New Year's thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a New Year's thing. But I took a month off. There was too much. Yeah, I took a month off.
And I have Arn and Eric and Prophet of Zod and Ocean.
Yeah, that's exciting.
My Logic one came out. I think that's all I know for sure right now. There's several other in the works, but I don't want to jinx them by
You were on Bill Ludlow's channel yesterday with Jackson Wheat
with
and
Jackson and
Tony
Reed.
Reed, and that was a good conversation. I don't think I've ever felt so stupid. You guys are all so smart.
Well, we know very niche things about young Earth creationism. Julie the Voice is lending an endorsement to intro music.
Okay.
I guess we'll have to figure out. I guess we want peppy, right? You probably want to have people excited about
Yeah,
things.
I would like for people to not be
Like
asleep
pep
by
rally.
the time I start streaming. That would be neat.
You can break through, like they can have a big piece of paper and you can run through it.
Or a cake, I could just
Yeah, that would be cool.
Super professional.
Ooh,
psychology! Who wants counseling?
The homeschooling racket is massive where I live.
Yeah, it is.
And that's actually how I got doxxed by Ken Ham, because Ken was coming to speak at a homeschooling convention here. And they weirdly invited me because I had bought stuff from them before. So I was invited to that, and I registered for the conference, and they found out that my real name was linked to my channel, and then I got disinvited, and I was on the news a whole bunch. And anyway, the homeschool racket is massive in Alberta. In fact, you can get almost like the government pays you basically what they would normally pay the school, which most provinces don't. But you also can buy all the creationist or flat earth or anti-vax material you want
with government money,
because there's zero oversight on
other people's taxes.
Yeah.
Buy some Ken Ham shit. Teach your kids.
So that's why Ken Ham comes here, because they sell so much of their material, because I'm in the Bible Belt.
Yeah, they have an entire public Catholic school board in Alberta, which blows my mind.
Yeah,
when I found that out, I was like, what did you say?
Every school they build, they have to build two, because they have to build a Catholic one and a regular one.
People think we're backwoods here in Nova Scotia, and we're so progressive comparatively. Like, every time Ken Ham talks about Nova Scotia, he's like, how dare they? They put a book in classrooms that helps children who are transgender understand their identity and not be bigots. And I'm like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, whereas that's what you do when you're not fuckbags.
Alberta just passed a law a couple of days ago saying that kids in LGBT clubs, they're going to get a call to their parents.
Fuck
if you join an LGBT club, because the parents need to know if their kids are even in the club.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They get a call if your kid joins the fucking chess club.
So the fun part about that is I make friends with some teachers here in our atheist group, and so they're just naming the clubs other things. Have I talked to you about this? So they're naming it like the Rainbow Chess Club or the whatever, and it's not a specifically LGBT.
So they're picking an arbitrary activity.
So they're taking a different name and calling the club that, because it's specifically, if you call it an LGBT club, then you have to call your parents. So they're just calling it something else. It'd be like, yeah, it's like Cupcake Club. And they don't have to call the parents anymore.
What's pathetic is that they have to do that, because those children are probably in the closet looking for support. Some of them could be being abused at home and need somebody. Don't get me started.
Yeah, no, my other friend Shannon, who lives here, has been all over it. It's garbage.
I'm sure she is.
Yeah. Oh, sheesh, I lost the thing. Did you hear thank you, Zacto. Actually, Zacto just said, did you hear the Alberta Conservatives just passed the motion about LGBT clubs? Yes, I did hear that, obviously, because I just talked about it. Would you ever have Armored Skeptic on, Shannon?
Would I ever have him on? Yeah, I can't see why I wouldn't. I'd have almost anybody on. Like, unless you were actively... Well, I'm going to walk that back. If you were actively harming people, like somebody from the NIFB, for example, because I've talked to Matt Powell before I knew just how bad it all was. If I felt that I had an effective counter and that I could potentially reach your audience and change some people's minds, I would have you on. Armored Skeptic, I think, is just... I mean, I don't know him well enough to cast a disparaging judgment on him. And I haven't been in this realm long, but I've been in this realm.
Opinion. Sorry. Go ahead.
Do you have something important to say that?
No,
to go
I was going to talk about Greg for a minute, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, when I'm done, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. No, I thought you were done. It was a lag. It was a bit of a lag.
Okay. So I haven't been in this realm long, but I've been in this realm long enough that I realize that not everything that everyone sees in the public in snippets is a fair representation of who you are. And I've also been in this realm long enough to know that people will take those snippets and build a narrative around them and construct a version of who you are and then sell that version around as though it's the accurate version of you. And the best way to bust through that and to find out what somebody actually thinks and where somebody actually stands is to have a conversation with them about the issues that people find contentious. So if he wanted to come on, sure, I'd talk to him, absolutely. If I thought that there was something valuable for us to talk about. But would I have him on just for the sake of being like, hey, you're armored skeptic, you want to talk about being armored skeptic? No, because I don't care. If there was something interesting for us to talk about, then sure. But yes, go ahead. You were going to say something about Greg.
No, you're what you just said made what I was going to say seem like stupid, so I'm not even going to go.
Okay, good. Don't interrupt me then.
But Mark Titus had a super chat for $2, wants to say, glad you got this set up, keep rocking.
Thank you.
Mark.
Paul made this overlay. Paul helped. But I actually figured this out on my own. I didn't think of myself.
I did next to nothing.
It was technology based and I figured it out. I'm pretty psyched about it, actually.
Did Logic ask before he usurped my avatar's jawline? I drew Logic's avatar, so. And in fairness, in fun fact, like Logic was instrumental in me coming out and figuring out what my channel should be about and all that kind of stuff. So big fan of Logic. So when I got a chance to draw him, it was the reverse homage. It's like, oh, I'm going to make him modeled after me, so that I could kind of force the similarity.
And we'd already met them in real life several times.
Well, several times, yeah.
Yeah. Because we went to the Drumheller Museum with them, and then a while later we went to the West Edmonton Mall with them. When the guy harassed me at the tape, that was funny. Anyway, go ahead. They're fun. I like them. Their daughter's so freaking cute. She's my best friend. I have a better time hanging out with her than all the grown-ups. We play games together.
Reminds us that Ontario has this Catholic school board, which is correct. I know they do. I think Quebec got rid of theirs. There's a few. I don't understand why Alberta still has ours. We're the least Catholic. Everyone just throws their Protestants basically.
Why are people flipping tables? Like, people would be losing their mind here. Losing their mind because I'm an atheist. Most people here are like Anglican, Protestant, like maybe some Pentecostals. There's some Catholics, like a fair amount of Catholics, but not enough. Like, people lose their mind here about the French school board. The closest thing we got is the French school board. And I think that, like, it's necessary to maintain the language. But we have an entire French school board here because we have an Acadian culture here that wants to maintain their language. Like, you got churches to maintain your religion. You don't need a school board for that. Like, a French school board makes sense because you need to teach all of the subjects in a different language. It's the same curriculum, just in a different language. And people, like, it blows my mind. Blows my mind. Why are Protestants and Muslims and Jews and Hindus and atheists and whatever paying their taxes so that a group of people, and those schools usually have external funding too, can go to a school to learn Catholicism amongst their regular curriculum? Like, that is bananas to me.
What language are you speaking now?
Nova Scotian.
You have special schools for that as well?
Yeah, all of them. Every single one of them here. Make fun of my accent again, see what happens.
Gadfly made a suggestion they should name those clubs after Bible verses that get ignored. That would be cool to call it the Deuteronomy Club.
Oh, we're funny.
Shannon's accent is showing.
Yeah, it is. When I get worked up, it comes
gets
out
stronger when she gets mad. Yeah, she's
yep.
like the Hulk.
Somebody
It's
got
for
me
adult
pegged. Somebody sorted me out. Somebody's
Yeah.
got me figured.
All right. Well, I think that's what I'm tagged in for now.
We've been at this for an hour, so I think everybody's probably done with us anyway. Let's see if I can figure out how to stop this. All
Thanks for
right.
stopping by. If you enjoyed what you saw, you'll never get to see it again because Shannon's about to make it
Oh
better.
yeah, I'm gonna unlist it.
So you can just tell tales of what you saw here and make it good. Make the tales
Yeah.
good.
Tell everybody we were delightful,
Mhm.
and that you. We did it. Maybe there'll be
Yay.
music next time. We'll see what happens if I can figure that part out. Jesus Christ. All right. Bye, everyone. I think. We'll see.